Everybody, it's Fullback back at it again with another Madden 21 YouTube video. If you guys cannot tell, my voice is still completely gone. I do not understand what I'm doing wrong, or I know I'm streaming and everything. I probably should stop the streams for a little bit to get the voice back, but we do have the best card in every single position throughout the whole year. We did the top 10 cards throughout the whole year, but we didn't do the every single position. I'm going to skip over offensive line, but we're going to do a team builder on it, show you guys every single card that I think was the highest in their prime throughout Madden 21, and when I think they dominated their certain time zone or entrance into the game, if that makes sense. But if you guys are new here, make sure to smash that like button and also turn on those noties when you do sub. It does help me a lot, and we are going to be posting up to 2 videos a day, every single day inside of Madden 22. I appreciate you guys sticking around, and let's get right into the video. Like I said, I am going to skip completely over the offensive line. I just don't think it's like, what am I going to, like, you just put the best one there, the highest overall. I mean, nobody really thinks there's a best offensive lineman. So I'm just going to fill this out with whatever. Honestly, I think it's just, honestly, these are probably, the best in the game, or just the highest overalls, in my opinion. There's not much more they do. I don't know how to explain it. Linemen never seem to matter for me. But the best tight end in the game, I thought there were very, very good tight ends. But the release of this card, he was over 700K for the longest time. He was a limited. He was a very, very fast card when he were first released. It is going to be that 97 overall Vernon Davis. If you guys do not remember, before he got his Redux, this card was literally minimum 500K, and that was like 3 weeks later. He was so good. He was 93 speed, I believe, when our fastest was a 91. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. He was always very, very fast because he was there, I think, around that Darren Waller upgrade. Not 100% sure on when they both came out, but I remember Vernon Davis everybody wanted him. He had good blocking as well, over 80 blocking, decent route running and everything at that overall. Obviously, he's not the craziest at everything. It was only a 97. I mean, 97 is still pretty high, but you guys know what I'm saying. This card was amazing when he first came out. He was a must-have if you could afford him. Everybody wanted him on their team, and I think he was the best tight end through the game. You could probably say 99 Calvin because he's the best tight end by far right now, but I think that was so late in the year, I just don't want to put that in here because it was a golden ticket, and it literally was one of the last cards released in the game, especially it was like a last golden ticket release. So yeah, that was a little bit too late. You could probably go 96 Darren Waller here as well, but I do think this Vernon Davis was a little bit better, and I think this card, not only the price did reflect that, he was an LTD, so it did have a little bit of help, but I do think he was very, very good, and I personally would have taken him over him. But for wide receiver, another very, very hard position where it comes down to when they were released. There's so many good ones throughout the year. This first one, I am going to go with Deion Sanders. I do think that his card, here it is, his 95 overall card was indeed probably one of the best cards ever released when he first was. If you guys do not remember, he was one of the highest, I think he did have the highest speed when he was released. Because, because I remember T.Y. Hilton was one of the cards that had really good speed, and he got released with 95, like literally at I think it was even a later date than this Deion, way later date if I think about it, because it was after the playoffs. So yeah, this card was way before his time. He was very good. Route runner as well before all the AP changes, so he got everything for cheap when man was still very, very explosive and one of the best in the game. So Deion really dominated so long during his time. I'm only going to do one wide receiver. Like I said, I do think he was the best wide receiver during his run through Madden. This is one that you may be able to put somebody else. I really just can't think of anybody that dominated like him when he first came out and was a must-have. I know that 94 Lance Allworth was a must-have on a lot of people's teams because his cards, his stats were amazing. He was stacked literally everywhere. But moving over to running back is a very hard one. I honestly think the best running back we saw throughout the year was probably the 95 Kamara on release. You guys could call, I typed in 95. You guys could probably call me biased, but this card when he first released was the best running back in the game, and it was not even close. You can go 91 Reggie Bush here. You can go 93 Barry Sanders here. You can maybe even go Zeke here, but I don't think Zeke had that big of an impact this late in the year. But I do think this Kamara, he was highest speed in the game. You guys got to remember this card right when he got released too. 2 or 3 days later, he got a +1 because he went off for 6 touchdowns. So yeah, this card was easily the best in the game. I do kind of counter that 90 or that +1 into it because he did go off literally right there and it was kind of released at the same time. I do think he is arguably, this one is a hard one. Like I said, you can go Bush or Barry Sanders here, that 91 Reggie Bush or that 93 Barry Sanders in the beginning of the year. But I think this 95 Kamara really showcased he was the best in the game when he first came out. Moving over to quarterback, we're actually going to go with 97 Aaron Rodgers. You can easily go with, I think, Brett Favre here at 92. I'm trying to think of other ones that are very good. I mean, obviously, like the 98 Brett Favre. There are a lot of good cards. Rich Gannon was very, very good when he was first released. But if you guys remember this card, he was limited, but his price was over $2 million for like a month. It was, I don't know if it was a month, but his price was over $2 million for a month. Everybody knew he was a must want. Everybody was trying to pull for him. Best release in the game. He finally got Howard Master and Gunslinger. His AP situation sucked, but this was before golden tickets. But he was easily the best quarterback in the game, and it wasn't even close at the time. And I think his price really did reflect that. If you guys know, normal LTDs don't really go for $2 million. They never do. I remember because Aaron Donald was out, and Aaron Donald was always a hype name too. Only went for around $1 million. So that's like a whole double on differential in price, which is insane to think about. Moving over to fullback, the last position of offense here. I don't think there was any fullback that was a must-have through the year. I think this 97 CJ Ham was very good. He had a lot of good speed, but I think maybe the one that everybody really did have at the time when he did come out was this team of the week, Mike Alstott. He was just pretty good speed at the time. He was fun to have. He trucked everybody. Next Gen wasn't out. I think he would have been a little bit more popular if Next Gen was out. But like I said, this is a very lackluster position. I'm just going to go with the 90 Mike Alstott here. Don't think there was any fullback that really came out and dominated. Oh, nope. Actually, I am going to completely take that out. This is a brain fart from my end. Do not judge me. I know who by far the best running back or fullback was. It was Marcel Reese. I completely forgot about this card. Great speed when he came out. He had the best air truck animation. I don't know how I completely forgot a card like this. One of the weakest positions in the game this year. Obviously, you have a lot of solid cards, but there's no overwhelmingly best card in the game. I think you can go 96 Justin Reed here. Very popular card. If you guys do not know, this is the 98 one. I'm trying to find the 96. If you guys do not know, there were many YouTubers, K-Mac, who made a video on this. I think Throne even made a video, or he tweeted about this card, saying he's one of the best cards in the game. One of those charts where it showed like he didn't get his recognition for how good the card actually was. And I do believe him on that, but I don't think he was the best free safety in the game. I think there was a card that every single person wanted on their team. If I can find him, I believe he is a 92 overall. Oh, I think you guys might be knowing who I'm talking about here soon. Yeah, let me cut to it because I forgot his name. And yeah, we found him just like that, literally a second later. It's going to be this Pat Watkins. Like I said, I think you can either go maybe 95 Sean Taylor. I just don't think he dominated like he did. But in the beginning of the year when this card came out, there was not that many good users besides like the 87, maybe Isaiah Williams or Isaiah Simmons. You could add 91. I don't know, 91 like Taylor Mays. Pat Watkins, if you guys move him over to safety or for your user, he is 6'5". 6'5". I don't think people realize that is insane. That is insane for defense. We're seeing cards like Carl Banks come out and like, yeah, 6'4". That's obviously insane. But 6'5", that is ridiculous. We were hoping he got a golden ticket or even an upgrade because I think he would have still been one of the best cards in the game. But I did love him a lot. Moving over to safety, I think this was the best safety throughout the year. I think everybody really agrees on this. But I think it's going to be the 94 Isaiah Simmons. He had the highest prime when he came out. If you guys do not remember, another card that was very expensive. He had the highest speed when he came out. No power up, obviously, when he first came out. But he had the highest speed. He had great hit power. Obviously, the man and zone don't matter too much when you're using a card. He is very tall. He's always played very good as well. He gets crazy animations. I think he was by far the best safety through this year and probably the best user. Moving over to right outside linebacker. This is hard. I'm probably just going to go with Lawrence Taylor here. I think I might go with the 96 one because this one lasted so long. I think people that still can't afford the 99 are still using this card to the day because Lawrence Taylor always just plays a lot better than the next card next to him. He animates. He does crazy stuff. Lawrence Taylor is always going to be a solid card inside of this game. Moving over to left outside linebacker. It's so hard. There's so many good cards, but I am actually going to go with the 92 Ricky Jackson. I'll just click the 93 because it's a powered up version. 93 Ricky Jackson was amazing when he first released. He was another card that was a must-have. Super expensive legend when he first came out. You guys remember when legends were popular, yeah, they were expensive. But there was a lot more people on the game, so there were a lot more people opening packs and everything. I think you can go Clowney here because Clowney got released when 98s were still very popular and he was the golden ticket. But I just don't think he had much of an impact as Ricky did in the beginning of the year. Because if you think about it, there was nobody out that was even like really competing him. If you look at like the 93s, like I don't even know you see Carl Banks. I don't know. It's not even Carl Banks. Chandler Jones, Ted Hendricks. I don't know, this Khalil Mack 92 maybe. Just I don't think anybody really competed with this Ricky Jackson like that. And at middle linebacker, probably, yeah, one of the worst positions in the game this year. I don't think there's any really dominant linebacker. I really don't think we saw one this year. We never did. We truly never did. There was no linebacker that was a must-have. There really wasn't until late in the year when they fixed the AP situations. So I'm going to pick a card that was late in the year because, like I said, they didn't make these cards usable. Lurker did get dropped from 2 AP to 1 AP for them, making them a little more usable. But I think I'm just going to go with Deion Jones here because, yeah, it's just the worst position by far this year. Moving over to the cornerback position, I think there were a lot of very good cornerbacks throughout the year. None of them that were overwhelmingly good, I don't think. But I'm going to go with the Deion Sanders, the 91. I always spell his name wrong. I spelled it wrong again. Here he goes, 91 Deion Sanders, the 92 obviously is the LTD. I think, like I said, there are so many good corners in the game. I might be missing one here. This is one that I was not 100% sure on. I just don't think there are any corners. Maybe Troy Vincent was a very popular one, not this one, obviously. But there was no card that was overwhelmingly like the best in the game when he got released. Like L'Jarius Sneed was very good. I don't know. There's no card that was just the best by far. I'm trying to think, and I just literally none of them are coming to mind. I really do think it is that 91 right there. Yeah, there's just no other crazy card. I think I'm going to lock it in with this 92 Deion Sanders. Moving over to right end, I think it's going to be this 95 Montez Sweat right here. Montez Sweat. Or, I mean, you could even go with this 88. It's crazy how good his cards were. This 80, I'm going to go with this 88 for a reason. If you guys do not know, this 88 was the only card that was able to do the Gut Fox loop blitz, which is a glitch in the game. It was a glitch in the game. They kind of patched it, but you needed a certain amount of agility and speed to do it, and he was the only card that was able to do it. Literally the only card in the game that was able to do it. So everybody, because if you guys remember, blitz cards came out when there was like 92, 93 overall teams. Everybody was rocking 93 overall defenses and had an 88 Montez Sweat in the game. And it was for a reason, because that blitz was so broken, and it was only ran because of this card. And I really do think he was the best end in the game. He was super meta. Everybody had him. Literally, everybody was running it. If you guys do not know who Gut Fox is, he's probably one of the biggest Twitch streamers in the Madden category. When Madden's popping, he's always in the top 3 in views. And he has like 80K on YouTube. He's a big YouTuber. He gets everything out. Everybody knows him. And that blitz was very good. I mean, I love Gut Fox. I love him. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan of the blitz, but I love Gut Fox. If we move over to D-tackle, honestly, the best D-tackle throughout the whole year has been Leroy Glover. I'm going to go with everybody knows this has been the best tackle for like the longest time, because everybody used the team captain on it. The team captains were awful. Worst year for team captains I think we've seen in a while. But Leroy Glover, very boring choice, but he did get the job done. I do think he was a very solid card. Moving over to left end, this is one of the harder positions because I don't think there was any crazy ones, but we're actually going to go with this 98 J.J. Watt. Got every single team come in the game. He played amazing over at D-tackle. He was very, very good for a long time. I think you could still play him pretty decently. So he's a little slower, just moving over to D-tackle, which most people did anyway. He sheds a lot crazier than other cards, it seems like. I don't know. J.J. Watt's always been very, very good for me. And to round this video off, we're going to give you the best punter throughout the year. I really don't think there's any crazy punters, but I'm probably going to go with the 93 Shane Leckler here, 94 Shane Leckler. Only going to put him here because he was, there's just no crazy punter throughout the year. I really think he was really good only because he got the 99 power up expansion to get everybody to a 99 team. But moving over to kicker, I think the best kicker throughout the year, this one that's a little more important. Everybody kicks no matter what. No matter what you kick. I think Tyler Bass was the best kicker throughout the year. He had the best prime. He was super cheap. Everybody loved him. Morton Anderson was very good for a long time. The only kicker we really had for a long time that was really good, over a 90. But this Tyler Bass came out and had, I think, like +4 kick power on him. He was a card I used forever because I was just being super cheap at the kicker position. Tyler Bass easily in my opinion, the best kicker for a while in this game. Appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video. Make sure to smash that like button. The voice, I think I might take off the stream today. I don't know. I don't know what to do because I don't want to keep taking off. I did take like a 2-day break as well, and my voice is still completely shot. I have no clue what to do. I simply have no clue what to do with it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any remedies or anything for me to do, because I am completely lost. I appreciate you guys, though. Make sure to join that Noti gang and smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.